The Russian Ministry of Defense has rejected Poland's claims that Russian drones violated its airspace. Officials pointed out that the maximum flight range of the drones in question does not exceed 700 kilometers, making the allegations, in their words, technically impossible. Still, Moscow says it is ready to hold consultations with Warsaw, a signal that while Russia denies responsibility, it wants to avoid further escalation. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk announced that Poland will formally request the activation of NATO's Article 4 after 19 Russian drones violated Polish airspace, some of which were shot down. Article 4 obliges member states to consult whenever the territorial integrity, political independence, or security of any ally is perceived to be under threat.
Jest to pierwszy przypadek, kiedy doszło do zestrzelenia rosyjskich dronów nad terytorium państwa NATO i dlatego wszyscy nasi sojusznicy sytuację traktują bardzo poważnie. Nie odnotowaliśmy żadnych ofiar. Oczywiście trwają poszukiwania szczątków zestrzelonych dronów. Powoli otwieramy lotniska. Zamknięcie lotnisk nie było spowodowane zagrożeniem atakiem na lotniska, ale było wymuszone sytuacją ze względu na potrzeby operacyjne naszych lotników.
Belarus says its air defences shot down several drones overnight after they were thrown off course by electronic warfare between Russia and Ukraine. Officials confirmed the drones entered Belarusian airspace, with some destroyed over the Republic. Minsk added it shared real-time radar data with Poland and Lithuania, allowing them to respond swiftly.
В ходе ночного взаимного обмена ударами беспилотными летательными аппаратами между Российской Федерацией и Украиной, дежурными силами и средствами по противовоздушной обороне Республики Беларусь постоянно отслеживались беспилотные летательные аппараты, потерявшие курс в результате воздействия средств радиоэлектронной борьбы сторон. Часть заблудившихся беспилотников была уничтожена силами противовоздушной обороны нашей страны на территории республики. По имеющимся каналам взаимодействия в период с 23 часов 9 сентября до 4 утра 10 сентября наши дежурные силы и средства обменивались информацией о воздушной радиолокационной обстановке с дежурными силами и средствами Польши и Литовской Республики, тем самым оповестив их о приближении неизвестных летательных аппаратов к территории их стран. Это позволило польской стороне оперативно отреагировать на действия беспилотников, подняв в воздух свои дежурные силы. Справедливости ради стоит отметить, что польская сторона также информировала белорусские дежурные боевые расчеты о приближении к границе Республики Беларусь неопознанных летательных аппаратов с территории Украины. Обмен информацией о воздушной обстановке является важным слагаемым обеспечения безопасности в регионе в целом и способствует налаживанию мер доверия и укреплению безопасности. Республика Беларусь и впредь продолжит реализацию своих обязательств в рамках обмена информацией о воздушной обстановке с Республикой Польша и странами Балтии.
Russian forces pressed their offensive deeper into Ukraine on Wednesday, unleashing precision strikes across multiple regions when the conflict spilled into NATO territory for the first time, prompting Warsaw to scramble its own and NATO air defences. Poland's military confirmed it had shot down drones that violated its airspace during the Russian barrage, marking a dangerous new turn in the war. Poland's operational command said in a statement on X that weapons have been deployed and services are actively working to locate the downed objects. The command added that a military operation was ongoing and urged residents to stay in their homes. For the first time since Russia's invasion began in 2022, Poland acknowledged it had directly engaged hostile objects in its skies. The military said drones repeatedly violated Polish airspace during the Russian assault, forcing the country to activate both national and NATO air defences. Radars tracked more than 10 objects crossing the border, according to the command, and those deemed threatening were neutralised. Defence Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz said NATO command had been briefed on the incident, underscoring the seriousness of the breach. Authorities moved quickly to secure the capital, closing Warsaw Chopin International Airport. A notice to airmen, NOTAM, posted by the US Federal Aviation Administration confirmed the airport, along with at least 2 others, was unavailable due to unplanned military activity related to ensuring state security. Polish and NATO aircraft were also scrambled, officials said, as air defence and radar reconnaissance systems were placed on the highest alert. To ensure the security of Polish airspace, the operational commander of the Polish Armed Forces has activated all necessary procedures, the statement noted, adding the military was fully prepared for immediate response. Earlier, Ukraine's Air Force warned via telegram that drones were moving westward and threatening the city of Zamość in Poland, though the message was later deleted, Reuters reported. Ukrainian media also suggested at least 1 drone was heading toward Rzeszów. Rzeszów-Jasionka Airport, a major logistics hub for NATO aid into Ukraine, was shut under a separate NOTAM. The facility has been vital for Western supplies, though US forces were withdrawn from the base earlier this year. While it remains unclear how many drones crossed into Polish territory, the incursion has underscored Warsaw's long-standing fear that Russia's war against Ukraine could breach NATO borders and trigger the alliance's core principle, that an attack on one member is an attack on all.